I'm Bella Gay.
Hi, I'm Cora Gaddis.
And today we're going to be rating princess movies. I'm an expert.
We're starting with Snow White.
Okay, wait, are we rating the princesses or the movies?
Movies?
Okay, I would say probably a 2 out of 5, like star-wise. Mainly because it's more of a movie I respect than I actually enjoy. Snow White looks bad, and I think a lot of it was just trying to show off their art style instead of really giving us a good movie. They were just like, look at our art, we're so new and creative, wow.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's a decent movie, but it's not really as interesting as the other ones, and the art style is not really enjoyable.
I think that Evil Queen was the best part of the entire movie, or everything that you see surrounding it, it's her. But I don't like Snow White.
Next is Cinderella.
5 out of 5, all the sequels are good. Everything about her is good. Prince Charming, also known Henry, his name is Henry, because it was said on the back of one of the Cinderella DVDs.
Is that the only time his name is mentioned?
Yes, it is the only time his name is mentioned. It was on the back of one of the DVD sets. He's amazing, 10 out of 10. That's my favorite princess movie of all time is Cinderella. Cinderella 3 specifically.
I'll give it a 5 out of 5. I love Cinderella. I just love the story. There's just something so much more romantic about it to me than the other princess movies.
It seems she was the first Disney princess to have a character. There was Sleeping Beauty and Snow White before her, but she was the only one to have a personality.
And you felt really compelled for her in a lot of the scenes because she was really treated bad.
The villains were villains, and I love that.
I don't know why this list is in this order, but next is The Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay, this movie is a 4 out of 5, but her as a princess is a 1 out of 5 because she sucks. She's so annoying and obnoxious. Prince Eric is no better. The background characters are what holds the movie together, because if it's just those two, I don't think I'd ever watch it. That dog, though, I like that dog.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I don't remember hating Ariel as much.
Really? I hated her. It's everything that happened could come down of her just not having common sense, and Eric only going after her because she's pretty.
I like the difference between the mermaid world and the above ground world.
Did you ever see the second movie? What's your opinion on Little Mermaid 2? Because I hated her daughter. I hated Melody as much.
Yeah, I thought Melody was annoying.
Yeah, it's again, she's just like her mom, and her mom's don't do that, and it's this is what you did.
Next is Sleeping Beauty.
I love Aurora. She's a 5 out of 5. The movies, actually no, I would say it's a 5 out of 5. That's a great movie. I'm thinking about it. Yes. Oh my gosh, Sleeping Beauty. Oh, it's so good. It's amazing. I just don't like the advertisement for it because they always just put her into the pink dress, and she wore the blue dress for most of the movie. When she was asleep, she was wearing blue, but whatever, advertise her as pink.
I think it was because they were trying to distinguish her from Cinderella.
Yeah, but as a die-hard Disney fan, that annoyed me so much. Yeah, when I think about it, I'm oh, the movie wasn't that great. No, it was. It was that great. It was amazing. So much better than Snow White. I think that's probably the Disney princess movie I have the most memories with. Specifically the opening scene. It looks so good with all the guards walking across to go to her birth ceremony type of deal. It just looks really nice. The art style really showed during those scenes. So what's your opinions on Sleeping Beauty?
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not overly fond of it, but there are a lot of parts of it that I really like.
You say Cinderella's the most romantic, has the most, for me it's Sleeping Beauty. I thought that was top tier romance as a kid, while Cinderella was a stupid drunk party girl, you know?
Stupid drunk party girl?
That's what I thought. I was always oh, that's so stupid, you know? But with Sleeping Beauty, I'm oh my gosh, it's real, you know? I thought when he joined into the song and stuff, it's how she talked about him afterwards too. She figured out he was a full-blown princess, and she was oh no, but I love this guy. And even though it's well, they weren't together that long, it's neither were Cinderella and Henry, so shut up.
Next up is Aladdin.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but a 3 out of 5. I don't like Aladdin as a character. I mean, I like him, his personality, but he gets away with too much. All of the movie was just him lying the entire time and everyone being at least you weren't Jafar. Jafar worked his way up. At least he was a villain, but he worked his way to be that villain. I think he was probably the scariest villain to me growing up. So I always thought Jafar is so terrifying, and he had a little bird friend. Genie is hilarious. but I hate Aladdin. He's just like a baby the entire time. He gets treated like he did nothing wrong, and it's like I understand, like, how are you supposed to survive? Like, get a job. Abu stealing the freaking red jewel at the beginning of the movie, and that's the reason why the place started. Oh my gosh, I hate Abu. I'm happy he turns into an elephant. Like, just because I don't have to see him. I hate that stupid movie so much. The live action sucked too. That whole Speechless song that Jasmine did, so stupid. God, I hate Aladdin. Never mind, that's like 2 out of 5. I hate that stupid movie.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because I like a lot of the music. I like a lot of the magical elements, but I'm not overly crazy about the story, and I'm not really fond of Aladdin either.
Yeah, he's just, oh God. Move on. Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
So, okay, I grew up loving this movie because, Bella, so I kind of had to, but when I rewatched it, first of all, the movie goes so fast. It's a very short movie. It's like, okay, whoa, when did that happen? Whatever, but I would give it a 3 out of 5. Maybe a 4. 3.5. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Also, the Beast looks ugly as a human. Like,
he does.
She's so ugly. When she
so
was probably being like, oh, well, he'll turn into a human, so technically he'll look a lot better, and he didn't. I would leave. I'd be like, ooh, my dad at home. He's waiting for me. The horse. The horse? Yeah, the horse was waiting.
I'll give it like a 4 out of 5, which it probably doesn't deserve, but
no,
like
it does
when
not.
I was little, I really, really liked this movie. I thought it was like
I think you have to rewatch it now.
Yeah, probably.
Because like I rewatched it recently because I remember that was like one of my favorite movies, and then I rewatched it. I'm like, this is garbage. This is so bad.
I like some of the songs in it. I like the talking candle and flock.
I like the broom.
The broom?
Yeah.
I like the couch that was a dog, I think.
Oh, that was adorable. I think I had like a little toy of that.
I was really nostalgic about it. I loved the whole romance between them, and now I'm just sort of like,
It's not it. It's really not that
Yeah.
good. It's the music. The music is really what pulls the movie together. I would say the music is probably the best part about it.
Yeah, I'm not here for the romance. I'm here for everything else.
So they make Belle out to seem like this super independent thinking girl, and like we don't really get to know her enough to really say that. Weirdly enough, like we just know she likes books. She's doing the bare minimum as a human being, and everyone thinks she's so crazy for it, and I don't agree.
I like how detestable they made Gaston though. I really don't like him.
I love Gaston. Actually, Gaston is my favorite song from all of, like, out of every song in Beauty and the Beast, Gaston, the live action version in specific, because it's like
Yes.
Olaf is singing it, is like the best.
Next is Mulan.
Oh, I love Mulan. 5 out of 5. The sequel, I'm going back to the sequel. Also, live action Beauty and the Beast sucked. But, okay, the sequel to Mulan is just, if it was its own separate movie, like compared to the first Mulan, it's not that good, but compared to just every other movie in general, it's so good. I love Mulan. I didn't watch the live action because I just have no interest in live action. I don't like live action like adaptations because they're bad. They always make it so much worse.
The live action Cinderella was okay. It was.
I was about to say that was the only live action movie that I watched and was like, this is actually really good. But there's also like 10 different versions of like a live action Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean the one that was made in like 2016.
Yeah. I give Mulan a 5 out of 5. I love this movie. I love it so much.
But is she a princess?
Oh, totally not. No way.
No, she's not a princess.
But she's in a princess movie.
It's because her movie was not popular to be its own franchise, but it wasn't like unpopular, so that's what they do. They categorize them into a Disney princess category. Like you would say like, oh, Esmeralda's a Disney princess, but she's not, but Hunchback of Notre Dame did so well that it was able to go into that category, and they needed like the female character, and they couldn't exactly put Quasimodo, so they put Esmeralda as like a Disney princess. But
why didn't they put Quasimodo?
Quasimodo is beautiful. I love Quasimodo.
I didn't care about him that much until we rewatched it recently, and now I love him.
That's like, I watch it all the time. Hunchback of Notre Dame is like, that's my favorite Disney movie of all time, is Hunchback.
Next is Pocahontas.
As a kid, I would have given it a 5 out of 5. Now I would give it like a 2 out of 5. The music's the only part I like.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's pretty in some ways, and I like the music a lot, but it's also...
The historic part of it just brings it down too much. Like, when I learned, like, Pocahontas was a real person, I remember getting so upset that they, like, did that. I was like, ugh. And I was like, 7. Like, a 7-year-old shouldn't be able to see what you did and be like, that's not good. So, I did not like it.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I enjoyed it, the music. Like, I will listen to that soundtrack forever.
It was, like, never one of my favorites, but the music is what brings it up.
I was about to say, Just Around the River Bend. Like, it's my favorite song from the movie. That and, like, Savages at the end.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. Colors of the Wind, too popular. If you look at every other song compared to, like, Colors of the Wind, not that good. It's just, it does get you, like, emotionally, though. I remember listening to it in, like, 7th grade and actually, like, crying because I was like, this is so beautiful.
I loved Colors of the Wind. I still like Colors of the Wind a lot.
Just Around the River Bend. Next is Tangled. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Best 2012 movie to ever come out. I think it was made in 2012, either that or 2009. One of those is Princess and the Frog and the other one's Tangled. Maybe I'm just wrong. But either way, 10 out of 10 stars. It's one of the best movies to ever come out in like 2010 or 2000s. I don't even know when it came out, but...
Is it 2011?
Yeah, it's like somewhere around that time period. Either way, as a kid, I wrote notes to Rapunzel. I lit a lantern and like floated it up. Other than Cinderella, she was like my top favorite because I would consider Cinderella like an old movie, so I had a difference between like Disney princesses and just like Disney characters. And like Rapunzel is my favorite Disney character, but Cinderella is my favorite Disney princess. I don't put them in the same category. In my opinion, you can't compare them. It's just not fair. But Tangled is so good. I love it. I don't like Flynn Rider.
Really?
No. Like, people are like, but he's good looking. No, he's not.
I just think he's like, I like his progression. I like his character.
I like him as a character, but it's kind of like how I feel about Aladdin. Like, how can you lie your way through everything and everything just be fine?
I get that.
I don't like it when characters do that. it takes away charm. But I think I like him more as a character than I do as like a love interest for Rapunzel. I think if they said that they were just best friends, yes. But I don't have a problem with that part of the movie. The music is like a top 10.
I'm gonna rate Tangled a 5 out of 5. It's really good. It's enjoyable in almost every way. I love the music. I really enjoy the characters.
Let's go!
I love the horse also. Next up is Princess and the Frog. Gotta be honest, I never watched this movie.
10 out of 10. Best. It's so good. I mean, I don't really like that they're frogs for most of the movie, but the time that they are human, like, the characters are so well established that it's so good. When I'm Human is up there as like one of the best Disney songs of all time. It has Tiana, Naveen, whatever that like dude is, but Charlotte, Big Daddy, I know that's a weird name, but that is his name. It's so good. All the characters like are just so enjoyable in every way.
I never watched it because I got creeped out by the frogs and their big lips in the trailer. It always unnerved me.
You have to watch it now.
Okay.
It's so good.
Next is Moana.
Okay, Moana. So it's one that my older brother watched all the time. So I don't really like it that much. But I do understand why it's popular. I just didn't like it because I watched it too much, which is weird because I rewatch movies a lot, but I only rewatch movies that I liked the first time a lot. Which Moana, I didn't really like that much. I'm not a big adventure person.
What do you rate it?
Like a 1 out of 5. But I understand why it's popular. I just don't like it, personally.
I'll rate it like a 2.5. It's pretty good, it's just not really like that interesting.
Although it didn't give me the same vibe as the other movies, which when I watch a Disney princess movie, I want that Disney princess vibe. That one's a good movie on its own, just not as a princess movie. Brave! Yes, 10. Actually, I didn't like it that much.
What?
Yeah, so I would say, actually, I'd say like 4 out of 5, not gonna lie. I like it, I just didn't like the art style. I thought it was ugly. I thought Merida and her mom were both like atrocious looking.
What, really?
Yeah, I hated how they looked. Their eyes were so far apart. Their faces were so short and like circleized. I thought it looked weird. But I can understand now. I don't think it looks weird now, but I just didn't like it. I could understand the accent, but the thing was I would have to talk in that accent afterwards to really like understand what they were saying. but when like the movie starts, I have no idea what they're saying, so I have to like match it in my head. There are not a lot of songs either. It also just didn't give me like a Disney princess vibe.
This is a controversial opinion. I'm rating Brave a 5 out of 5. I really like Brave. Not a lot of people love Brave. I really like Brave.
I think it's good, and I do like that little tart thing that the mom eats. I always thought that was like cartoon food that I wanted to eat.
I love watching it. It's pretty.
I've been Melagay,
I've been Cora,
and we have rated Disney movies.